something that when you leave, that I achieved what I wanted to tell you. At least you think something else. To think about something, the way we have been teaching, we have been learning, we should be, that should be the outcome, the way we teach. It's not having that, there should be assessment process to make sure we deliver that.
Thank you, Professor Rashid. Anybody have some question? Anyone?
Hi, Professor Rashid. I'm Carlos, and I would like to know, maybe it's a goofy question, but you say that we have the mission, the objective, and the outcome. Why the name is outcome and not the objective-based education or the mission-based education? That, for example, for me, the outcome, it could be or it could not be, but the mission and the objective, it has to be.
The mission is looking through something that you're looking for a long time, what you are expecting for. What you are shooting for is a mission. What you are going for. This is the mission. This is what I am to be doing. Yeah. I want to be, after 20 years, I want to be the chief scientist of this in Mexico. This is my mission I have. Now, the objective is like long term, 4 or 5 years, what I want to be. 4 or 5 to be. After 5 years, I want to be in a promotion to one there. In 5 years, I want to finish my PhD degree. And 5 years, I want to publish many things. Where you intend to be, where you want to be. Like you want to be, like I want to be in the swimming team. I want to the swimming team in the state of Mexico. Okay, I will be competing in the state level. Okay, then you see I will be swimming in the national level. The objective is where you want to be, attain that level. It's the objective, where you want to be. Agree? The outcome is that what you have it now. Okay, what is the outcome you have when you finish your degree? It's an outcome. Outcome is what your outcome. Outcome makes you go to the next level. Give you the ability, skill, so that you could move to the next level. Did I explain to you?
Yes.
The outcome is the lowest one. Now, outcome is I should be able to walk. Okay, I should be able to walk. This is the outcome. Now, this is the one outcome I can do that. Now, the other skills I have from walking, that I should be able to run. Okay, I should be able to run. Then this objective is I should be able to run 500 meters. Okay, meters in a computing there. This is the objective, long-term objective there. The mission is to be a national champion in Mexico. This is my mission to be there. You see that? The mission is the very highest level. Then you got objectives. You have a long-term, not a very long term, about 4 or 5 years. And the outcome, the day you graduate. Agree? The course level is after you finishing the course, like after one semester. It's a good question. There's a lot of differences. Even the teachers get confused about the objectives. What is the objectives? If I go for a visit, I give a weakness because the institution cannot define the objective, because they confuse between objective and the outcome. Objective is the attainment, where you are attained 4 or 5 years. You become proud of it. I can say my graduates, they finished a master's PhD degree. My graduates get at least one promotion there. My graduates, they're established in their business there. Okay? This is an attainment. Outcome is what you got the outcome.
Okay. Another question?
Good morning. Good afternoon. My name is Felipe Torres. Thank you. For example, a bachelor student is common to find that he uses a calculator machine to attain a result about -2 plus 5, because the basic teaching is using technology tools. How much of technology tools must be employed in the process teaching learning?
In undergraduate?
Yeah.
Yeah, like one of the requirement is that it says that they should be able to apply the modern engineering tools. That's basically said. That means we expect they should be able to use like circuit code. They will be like a simulators on PSPICE. They will be using electronics class. They will be using a PSPICE to simulate that. They're using a control. Maybe they use a MATLAB and MATCAD file. If they're mechanical engineering, they should be able to use the ANSYS or some other software, so that they don't have to have many of them. They should have one or two that they would be able to know about them. They should be able to apply them in an engineering problem. Because there is no definite how many of them, but use some of the tools. Some of the tools. Because engineering these days, you always cannot use a calculator only. You have to use some software tool to do that. That's why there is no definite, but you should have one or two. More is a better one, so that they're exposed to that.
Another question?
You talked about indicators. How do you define them, and what is important how important are they to achieve an outcome?
Okay. Because the first thing is not to achieve the outcome. This is basically to evaluate the outcome or assess the outcome. Okay? Because the indicators, I say that if I say that my students will be able to have some know about contemporary issues. Like give you an example of health. What this is to assess it or evaluate, to know what tool you need, right? You have to know the tool. The first you know what are the indicators? Is the heart rate, blood pressure, and so on. Then you know the indicators. What are the indicators? If you say somebody should be able to communicate, right? Communicate. What is the communicate? What are the indicators? What are the indicators? You tell me. What are the indicators you know a person can communicate?
For a person?
I ask all of you, what are the indicators to see whether the person communicates? Which one? Voice. Okay. Okay. Tone. Whether it's a nice tone, not a bad tone, right? One idea. What else? Which would be? To hear.
To be able to listen.
To be able to listen, right? You should be listen. People should be able to listen that. If I say mumble, yeah, people do not do that. Agree? They should be able to express. Could be a writing, or also writing, or it could be in also drawing too, right? It doesn't have to be that. You define indicators of the communication. Should be able to have some idea, should be able to convey the message to the reader. The person should be able to make attention. The listener are paying attention. Agree? And some people could be slow, some people could be fast. Agree? You should understand your audience, right? I ask you the question. Sometimes people are, if I speak fast, they don't listen, understand it. Agree? That's why you ask some indicators, each one, what are the indicators? Agree? Body language. Sometimes use the body language to communicate, right? Like I don't know yesterday, I was looking for this, what do you call the exercise room. I could not tell. Then I say, why do you do this exercise? You know what I mean? Then he said, oh, you're looking for this exercise room. You showed me that. The body language could be communication too. You come up with this, different the way of the indicator. The indicators are what do you call it? Are to find out how you can, what instrument to use, right? Instrument to use. Indicators to weigh, because you need to know your indicator, then otherwise you cannot you cannot assess it. To assess that you need a tool. And the tool could be test, or ask people, ask the audience, or sometimes you see that some of the music they will say how much they clap they get, the sound, the audience, how much the reception they get, like some of them, you see that they look through the sound they receive, like the sound of that audience. You just define your indicator. That's a good question. Okay.
What is your concept about education quality, quality education?
The quality of the education. Yeah, that should be on that one. If you look to the applications of math and science, that is also quality comes there too. Because we should look through that, the folders I graduate, like the outcomes I indicated to you, like I mentioned, what the students will be able to do that. That indicates of the quality of the program. I could say, well, they cannot solve any problem. They can just do a little bit of that. That will be obvious from there. The course learning outcome I mentioned to you, they should clear, there should be some, the Bloom's level, they should be analyzed, they should be applied, they should be synthesized, they should be evaluated. Those things should be there to enhance the quality. If they are saying all of them, they describe, the list, explain, they don't give into the depth of them. There should be some, the Bloom's level, higher level. There should be evaluated a converter, there should be analyzed in a converter, there should be design a converter, there should be synthesize a converter. We should have to have those, the depth of that one. Okay? That will look like, I go to Malaysia, I look through this outcome, whether those have those terms, because the outcome could be instructor could be very low level. You need to look for that quality of that. And the depth there, and the analysis there, synthesis there, evaluate there.
Okay, last question, please.
Dr. Rashid, about the quantifiers, the instruments to measure if some student have got some ability. For example, here in Mexico, students from a university, they get a certificate of studies, which is a list of all of the subjects. And every subject has a numerical, it has a numerical note in a scale, for example, from 0 to 10. And let's say, for example, mathematics, if someone gets 10, it's supposed that he's good in mathematics, let's say. And I suppose it is similar, for example, in other universities in USA, let's say. But how do you make explicit in a kind of certificate of studies if a student has got those abilities more than just a number?
There are two things. The first thing is an academic institution. Academic institution, they have to give this a certificate. Yeah. The academic institution, they have to give a certificate. They have to say that 1 to 10, out of 10, they got a 7, right? USA will say they give that to get a graduate, the person graduate GPA, grade point average is 4 out of 4 or 3 out of 5, right? This is only educational. The educational certificate. They don't give what they can do. They don't give that what they can do with respect to their professional needs. Okay? The outcome education is based on the outcome. That is a one step beyond. The certificate gives the certificate. University certificate. It's a formal certificate. But we are talking of internal what they can do. Not necessarily a student could get a 10 out of 10 in the academic institution. They could get a 10 out of 10, get the certificate. Not necessarily the person is a good team player. Not necessarily person is a good team leader. Not necessarily person can work as a team. You know what I mean? Because those are, the 10 came up with some numbers of many averages, right? Many averages of many courses come up with the 10 there. But not necessarily person is a good team member. Not necessarily a member is a team there. On the other hand, there may be a person who got 2 out of or 3 out of 10 on the university averages, but that person may be an inventor, maybe an innovator, May be a good leader, could be a more moral ethical fellow. It does not reflect what are the skills we need from a person. You know what I mean? That's why outcome-based education is giving you more details of the internal structure of what you expect. Does it say that? This is the university give USA, but you cannot use that. You cannot use that to say that what they can do. It's a formal educational way to give a certificate, but they don't demonstrate what they can do. You see my one? Because like I give this one. There is this joke about a statistician. You know, have you ever know statistician? Statistics, people, statistics. There is a joke. What is a joke? You put my head on a fire, right? You put my feet on an ice. What is the average? 200 degrees and minus 30 degrees, right? What is the average? I'm 60 degrees, 70 degrees, fine. Your average is fine. Okay. Your heart is fire, your head is on fire, your leg is frozen, but the average is okay. That's why the average, you cannot take that as a what person can do that. But outcome-based education is telling you, has this person meet that teamwork? Tells you have the person has lifelong ability. Does they have the contemporary knowledge? Does they have the students of ethical knowledge? It go piece by piece, identify each piece by piece for that. There is a difference. But basically, you cannot use that grade to assess the outcome. The grade does not respect for that. In a lab, you may have got a lab A, but this person may not have contributed much in the lab. You see what I mean? Maybe somebody was the leader, somebody did most of the work. One person may not have done that. This average of the grade is not necessarily reflect that the student's ability. But you are talking about specific outcome. Has the student or can the students have achieved that each individual quality we're looking for, skills we're looking for? There's a difference. It's a good question. That's always, people say, well, the grade cannot use that.
Okay, thank you, Professor Rashid. Sorry. Thank you, Professor Rashid. I would like to present this recognition.
Thank you.
Say the Senate presents this award to Dr. Muhammad Arunur, is correct?
Yeah, thank you.
Rashid, for conducting the workshop entitled The Process of Outcome-Based Education as part of the Jornada Académica de Ingeniería Electrónica, which took place in the February 20 at the Museo de Ciencias de Morelos. Thank you very much, Professor Rashid.